you get comments like, oh, it must be nice, like living the dream, which we are, but a lot of the time you're sacrificing family events, you're sacrificing friends, weddings, all sorts of things where you have to be locked into the sport instead of doing those, normal fun things. So that's one thing you have to consider. Are you willing to do that, and live that life?
So in your opinion, what are the key principles if anyone want to have a successful basketball career?
Professional career?
Yeah.
I think you gotta be a little crazy. But I think, as you said, like the discipline part of it is really important. Consistency will take you a long way. Just doing little things each day and just having a bigger picture in mind. Even if you're not playing professional, like high school, university, you can see it as a long-term thing. So like if you come into high school and you're not the best player, don't get discouraged, because by the time you're a senior, if you work hard those 3 years, 4 years, whatever, you can be. So it's like, see each period as like a long-term thing, like a marathon thing. Same with university, and then that will lead you professional. And it's like, just keep doing the little things and be consistent. And I think that goes a lot further than people think. And then just have fun with it. I think, enjoy the process. You get to play basketball. It's a good thing to do.
I think you mentioned it. You have to enjoy the process. Otherwise, it won't last. It won't last, right?
Oh, 100%. If you don't enjoy it, you'll get lost in the sauce. Like it's got to be fun. It has to be fun. Otherwise, it becomes something that could tear you apart. Something that you don't enjoy, which is no one wants that to happen. It's a sport. It's fun. Sometimes there's ups and downs, but enjoy it.
All right. Okay. So what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced as a professional basketball players and so far? And how do you overcome those challenges?
I'd say like it's definitely the persistence part of it. It's ups and downs. People, I think, assume sometimes that it's an easier lifestyle. You're just playing a sport that you love. It should be pretty straightforward and easy. You get comments like, oh, it must be nice, like living the dream, which we are. But a lot of the time you're sacrificing family events, you're sacrificing friends, weddings, all sorts of things where you have to be locked into the sport instead of doing those, normal fun things. So that's one thing you have to consider. Are you willing to do that, and live that life? But I feel like the payoff is worth it. You get to do what you love. And then another thing is just staying at the level you need to be staying at, because there's constantly new players coming in, injuries, downfalls, things like that. So just that ability to bounce back at all times and keep pushing yourself, just find motivation, whatever that looks like, to keep getting better so that you can stay at the level you need to stay at.
Well, that needs a lot of discipline.
Exactly, which is why you need a coach like Lap or someone like, someone like that to whip it out of you. But
but I'm curious though, because you grew up in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Hong Kong is not that. I mean, even though the basketball scene there, I mean, they love basketball. They have a Jia Yi, the semi-professional league, but it's not a great environment like for players, for young kids to dream of being a professional basketball player. So how do you, you have to go outside of Hong Kong to succeed, right?
I mean, yeah, it's really, you said it, like it's not a great environment for younger kids. It's getting better. It's better than it was, but it's still not where it needs to be by far. You really have to go out of your comfort zone, and especially when you're there, find ways to push yourself. Like Lap would bring me, he was playing in the semi-pro league at the time for a team called Yuk Phai, and he would bring me to those practices as a 12, 13, 14-year-old kid. I'd have to play against adults. I go to the street courts. I'm sure in Malaysia they have a similar scene where, the street courts are popping. A lot of players go there. So I was going there as a kid, getting pushed around, playing with men. But those kind of things I think are kind of getting lost now, and kids are just staying within themselves and just training with their friends or kids of their age. So I think in Hong Kong or other smaller Asian countries, like, you have to do that, play with older players. And then I was also going to Canada during the summer. Obviously I was, blessed to have that opportunity because I had family here, whatever, but find ways, it might not be Canada, but maybe it's China or it's, Philippines, like Taiwan, like some of these bigger countries, just, find ways to go there maybe just once and just see how the level is there. But I think Hong Kong specifically, it starts at the top. So I think the league has to be a lot better first so that kids can see, this is what I want to do. So teams like Eastern and Bay Area, I think are good for that. So hopefully it keeps growing.
So it's difficult. I mean, because you mentioned just now, because from a young age you have a dream of becoming a basketball player, a professional basketball player, but you have to protect that dream when people around you keep telling you that it's not going to work because there's no professional league here or whatever.
Oh, 100%. I honestly, I wouldn't even tell a lot of people. I would just, people close to me would know that this is what I want to do. But some people, you're a kid, like, people would make fun of you. Oh, you're not going this, you're not going that. And I was like a late bloomer, so I wasn't that tall yet. I was like average height, not the craziest athlete, like average athlete. So, yeah, you definitely hear things left and right. And if you're not mentally tough and if you not believe in your dream, like, I've seen a lot of people's dreams, they just kind of fall by the wayside and go into the garbage because, you believe what you hear. So it's tough, but hopefully more kids can keep going.
All right, cool. Good advice.